Man, everybody in the game is talking about you. This is on, like today I'm watching MLB Network. Everybody's talking about you. So last night we had you on after. Kind of tough to probably hear us from up here when you were getting the Gatorade. Can you hear anything that we're saying to you?
I did at the start, and then once the Gatorade comes, it's like it's not easy. A little wet, but it was all good.
I know, like I'm like sitting here and I'm like watching you on our monitor, and I'm like, I don't know if he can hear us because you got doubts not once, twice.
Oh yeah, not fun. A little cold. Cold the first time, even colder the second time.
All right, so. Walking two guys to get to you in the 11th. What were you thinking?
I think kind of just going into it, obviously it makes you a little upset because they obviously think that you're their best chance at getting out of the inning alive. So for me, I kind of just went up there confident, trying to go up there locked in, trying to obviously get that run scored in, and it made sense. I'm a ground ball hitter, kind of load the bases up so they get the force out at home plate, which I got. But went up there and just obviously got the two strikes to try to put the ball in play, try to get in the outfield somewhere, and ended up finding a hole up the middle, and we won the game. So it was great.
We're sitting here. Steve Sachs is a two-time World Series champion. He's a guy who's gotten 200 hits multiple times. Yeah. We're sitting here watching. Steve Sachs is like, he cannot believe. He's like, they're walking to get to him. I like how you're like, I can't believe. I can't believe they're walking these guys to get to me. Take that personal. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
So, Ty, when you got the hit and the 10th, and then you get up with the chance to do it again, this is like the greatest thing that could be happening.
No, yeah. No, that's awesome. The 10th inning, obviously, I was just trying to kind of get the guy over, from third base, be able to, get him to scoring position for the next guy, to, driving the run and be able to find a hole, get the run to score. And then obviously we weren't able to, finish that inning, but come up next inning and, have the bases loaded and, get the game winning run in. It was obviously it's the most fun in baseball, being able to, get a walk-off win. So it was awesome.
Now, strategies are interesting in baseball and how people go about their business. You go up hacking. I got all these numbers about how 93.3% of the time you will put the bat on the ball. You are swinging 54.5, let's just call it 55% of the time you're swinging. So talk about your strategy when you go to the plate, what you were thinking about, especially in a primetime moment like that.
Yeah, I kind of just go up there and I trust my hand-eye coordination, be able to go up there, look for a strike, and knowing that if I swing, be able to put the ball in play, something that I work on a lot, and right there in those situations with two strikes, all you really got to do is put the ball in play and find a hole, and then good things can happen. And even right there, you hit a ball right at someone, they bobble it, the guy scores. Like you put the ball in play, you put pressure on the defense. So for me, it's just being able to put obviously put the pressure on the defense and trying to find as many holes as I can. Try and score runs. And I love hitting those situations, love hitting the runners in scoring position. Anything I could do to put runs on the board and overall win the game. It's kind of why we play the sport is get wins. And last night one was pretty special.
And you're not striking out.
Trying not to. You
were not striking out. And what's cool about watching today, all the day action, they had your dad up, a lot of highlights of your dad, comparing about how your dad didn't like to strike out either. That was really cool. So many people are going to talk about your offense, but I know how much pride that you take in your defense. Great play last night. Ball came off the bag, and you still made the play. Just talk about, everybody we're going to look at all the numbers, but you take so much pride in your D.
Yeah, I think, go out there every day, work with Emar, pregame, work with glove work, and then going out on defense pregame, just taking ground balls and really making sure everything's in sync with my feet, my hands, and just making sure everything's ready to go before game time. And then going into it, just being able to trust the shift card that we have, be able to be in the right spot for guys that when they come out to the plate, and be able to read swings. Some guys are late some days, some guys are early some days, so just kind of gotta read their swings and be able to place yourself accordingly.
All right, the last two games here at the ballpark in West Sacramento have been walk-off wins.
Yeah.
You get the sense that the team's starting to feel it a little bit here at home?
Yeah, for sure. I think, obviously we weren't where we wanted to be, to start the year here, and be able to, start warming up this place and start getting some wins on the board for the fans and for the organization. It's been great so far. 3 walk-off wins now, and, I think we're just taking momentum and going into it. This game, I believe, game 15 in a row right now, today. So, be able to, keep playing and keep just kind of grinding through the whole 2-week, stretch so far has been great. And, being able to be a part of this team has been awesome for me. I'm just really excited to be a part of this group and ready to see where the future holds.
Yeah, the last couple of years, you guys have really struggled in division, but now you're getting division wins, right?
Yeah.
You just took 3 of 4 from Texas at Texas. You took 2 of 3 from Texas here.
Yep.
You split early in the season with the Mariners, and now you win this game. So what does it mean to win games in division?
Yeah, I think obviously it's the most important wins that you can have. Obviously, when coming down to the end of the year, they look at whoever's at the top of the division, is in a good spot. So for us to just be able to win as many as we can, early, and then be able to continue it, through the middle and the end of the season, and just trying to be able to stay atop of the the division leaderboard, and making sure that we're even you're locked in for every game, but making sure that you're extra locked in for these games, just because they do mean more at the end of the day, and we've been doing a great job of that so far.
I mean, I know you guys probably don't talk about it because it's early in the season, but is there like, hey, man, we're in this thing?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that we were talking about that in spring training. Being able to, obviously we had some great signings that, great players come in, be able to lead the clubhouse, and then some extensions that we had, with guys who balled out last year, and I think in spring training we were talking about like, this is something we're excited for, and to be able to see it coming into full effect right now it's great, but it is a long season, so we got to keep working every day and keep trying to go out there and get those wins.
And how about the bullpen? My God, their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an under 1 ERA yesterday, just 1 earned run in 5 innings. Yep. In wins, the bullpen has been amazing. What's that like to play behind?
Oh, it's awesome. It makes our job a lot easier when they're coming in and, they're getting soft contact. They're striking guys out. And, we have a great long depth bullpen, as you saw last night, going to 11 innings. Like any guy we threw out there went up there and they battled. They did their job. And, we got to win because of it. That's not only because of our offense. That's because of our pitching, too. So it was a great overall team win, and it's taking that momentum going in tonight.
All right. Spring training, we found out you're a big video game guy.
Oh, yeah.
That is your deal.
Oh,
do you ever think about that when you're playing? Like this is kind of like a video game? Because you got some video game like numbers.
I don't ever think of it as a video game. I think I do play them to try and, I believe kind of fast-paced decision-making in video games kind of might be able to help me in the game. I don't know. It's just kind of a superstition I have. But, I think going out there, obviously you play MLB The Show on, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever you have.
You play yourself, right?
I don't play baseball games. Okay. I don't play baseball games.
You don't play yourself?
No, we spend so much time at the field. I got to go home and play something else. I can't play more baseball.
I'd play me all the time if I could. All right, so what do you play?
I play Fortnite and Rocket League are my 2 games.
All right.
Two of my favorite games right now. But, I got a bunch of, boys I get to play with back home and, stay in contact with them. So go home, get the mind off, baseball for a little bit and, just be able to enjoy the night.
But there is something to say to that, the quick decision-making. You're always, when you're away from here, you're doing things that require that kind of skill.
Yeah, I think obviously with that quick decision-making, it's like hitting. You only have a split couple of seconds there while the pitch is coming in to decide if you want to swing and decide what pitch it is. And, I think it, you never know, but it definitely could help in some way.
So all the parents, you're wasting your life playing video games. No, Mom, I'm training myself to hit 455 with runners in scoring position. Huh?
Yes, sir.
See how that works? Hey, I got to tell you, I said today we started this show. I can't remember the last time I was feeling this way. And I think the last time for me, being around this for a long time, I think it was 2019. 2018 was great, but 2019 you really started to believe. I'm really starting to believe.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I should be feeling this way, right?
100%. 100%. I think it's definitely a great time to believe in this team right now.
Is there something with you guys? I mean, you guys, what with the young core? What do you guys call each other?
Young crew.
The young crew. So who exactly is the young crew?
It's anybody under the age of 25 is allowed in it. But right now we play cards every day. It's myself, Lawrence Butler, Tyler Soderstrom, Zach Geloff, JT Gidd, and a bunch of guys who are all under 25 years old. They get to make it. They get to be part of it.
25 and older, you're not in.
No, they're old crew.
They're old.
We call them old crew.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine that? You're like 26. You're like Langeliers at 26. You're like, bro, you're old.
Yeah. You gotta go play. Yeah.
You're out of here.
Oh yeah.
I like that. So you guys are developing that special relationship.
Oh yeah, for sure. Obviously it helps being around a bunch of guys that are your age for sure. It's more of a joke than anything. We don't distance each other off, but no, it's definitely a fun thing that we got going on in the clubhouse. Old guys know it too. We're a young crew. They call us YC.
TJ McFarland, you're 35, bro.
Yep.
You got to get out.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa, you got to get out.
Yes, sir.
Well, and the one thing that people really do need to realize is guys like TJ McFarland. I think Luis Severino too. Kind of these certain guys, Rooker, they bring this maturity that these are the guys you can go to if you have questions. So there is that veteran leadership that you need that's in the clubhouse.
For sure. Especially like I said, with having a bunch of young guys, like being able to have those older guys who have been, playing this game for a while now, like it's tough to play this game for a while and they've been doing it. And it's very easy to go up to them and ask them anything that's you got in your mind. And, they have some very, very great kind of insight on what can help you mentally. This game is big mentally, being able to stay positive all the time, just being able to go out there and, keep providing for the team. So they've been doing a great job for us.
All right, the GM David Force doesn't like this, but I'm saying you're changing this team. The 3 true outcomes, 34% of all outcomes in baseball right now are the 3 true outcomes. I said he is changing. You are changing this team, much needed, and I'm really loving every minute of it. Keep going.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we always appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Always. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Let's pause for station identification right here on A's Cast.